Ever since the Kennedy administration and the emergence of television, the White House press briefing has become in part a TV drama, where the lead actor dodges incoming fire from armchair critics near and far. Biden administration press secretary Jen Psaki emerged from her first week in the role relatively unscathed.
Honestly, she is so ready for this, so prepared, and I think you saw that already this week.
It is not surprising that reporters who generally lean left and are inclined to seek FaceTime and the front page suddenly became more docile after the daily drama of President Trump, which in turn led to Psaki letting her guard down.
Whether the president has made a decision on keeping the scope of Space Force.
Wow, Space Force. It's the plane of today.
Her flippant response led to widespread condemnation from the Space Force, from Congress, and from White House reporters, one of whom's parents are astronauts.
The top Republican on the House Armed Services Committee is asking you to apologize for some of the comments that you made yesterday in the briefing room about the Space Force. Will you apologize?
I did send a tweet last night. You may not all be on Twitter. Maybe they're not on Twitter. That said, we invite the members of Space Force here to provide an update to all of you on all of the important work they're doing.
Psaki's honeymoon with the press corps was, if not over, a little bit roughed up. The floodgates were opening. An earlier Psaki tweet from August reemerged. She derisively referred to Republican Senator Lindsey Graham as Lady G. Richard Grenell, Trump's openly gay former acting director of national intelligence, responded, "Homophobia and intolerance from the left is growing. This should be widely condemned," at press secretary. Perhaps most revealing and damaging, it also emerged last Friday that the White House Communications Office had been reaching out to reporters in advance to learn what questions might be posed at the briefing. The White House Correspondents Association pushed back. In a conference call, one reporter complained, quote, "The press can't really do its job in the briefing room if the White House is picking and choosing the questions they want." The White House responded. It was merely, quote, "engaging with the reporters who will be in the briefing room to understand how the White House can be most helpful in getting them the information they need." The same day, in a lighthearted interview, NPR invited Psaki to play a game called Take a Dip in This Pool. 3 questions about swimming pools in politics. Psaki stepped in it.
When reporters are getting really loud or they're starting to ask crazy questions, I just slow down my pace and I talk very quietly and I treat them like I'm an orderly sometimes in an insane asylum.
As it always does, the press fired back, using a Psaki trademark phrase, when facts elude her.
I'll circle back if there's more I can share with you. I'll circle back with you if there's more to convey. I'll have to just circle back with you.
This love-hate relationship between press and press secretary will ebb and flow as long as Psaki or her bosses want to put up with it. But one encouraging sign is it is not just Fox News or OAN or the Washington Examiner who are posing hard questions. It's also members of the mainstream press who are dipping their toes into that pool. Doug McKelway for the Washington Examiner.